prioritizing cybersecurity before it's too late. I'm joined today by Marli Hall. She is Director of Communications and Member Services at the National Motor Freight Traffic Association. Hello, Marli.
Hello, Bob. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being with me. Marli, how realistic is a cybersecurity threat as we go about our daily responsibilities in this industry?
Sure. So the threat is real. It is something that NMFTA has really prided themselves on to ensure that we are educating and really getting our cybersecurity resources out there to the public. So not only our members, our participants, but also the supply industry at large.
And what form do these threats take? What types of attacks are we afraid of and are becoming common?
Sure. So as you can imagine, our cybersecurity research team has said that the trucks, they were never meant to be connected to the internet. So with that, our cybersecurity research team, they've been doing research now for 8+ years on heavy vehicle cybersecurity research. And with that, these are just the things that they keep constantly coming across each and every time that they conduct this research.
They were never meant to be connected to the internet. How many
That's
times
correct.
have we heard that about anything? And once
You're
they are,
correct.
the threat is there.
Exactly, yes.
And so what are the bad actors trying to do? They're trying to steal the trucks, they're trying to reroute them, they're trying to,
Sure.
what's going on there?
So as of now, there is no known cyber attack that has affected rolling assets. So the
Oh.
physical assets that are going down the road, the power unit, the trailer, no known cyber attack there. But our team seems to think that they will penetrate and get in through the enterprise systems, so the back office, and that is how they will be able to stop the rolling assets.
And what would they do? Would they reroute the truck? Would they just mess with the driver's directions? I'm trying to
Yep.
imagine what form that would take.
Sure. So we do have a cybersecurity research team who's very well versed in this, but I know that in Houston, Texas, later this month, October 22nd through the 25th, we will be hosting a cybersecurity conference, which is complimentary, and there we'll be doing a live truck hacking demonstration. So we'll have a tanker, UPT, our friends at National Tank Truck Carriers helped us to secure the tanker. And Ben, our cybersecurity research engineer, will chuff the brakes. So he will stop a truck, a moving truck, from going down the hotel parking lot that
Wow.
we secured.
Wow.
So, and the wild part is that he can do this with $300 worth of stuff off the shelf.
Wow. So we don't go very far from being able to monitor a driver's performance, which is part of everyday operations now. You know whether the driver's speeding, you know how often they're braking, you know all that. That's a short step from that to actually being able to control the operation of the vehicle.
Yep.
Wow. So I guess it goes without saying that cybersecurity has to be an integral, vital part of every aspect of the supply chain now, correct?
Absolutely, yes. It's not just trucking. It is the whole supply chain in its entirety. And the government shutdown that was just recently looming, that was something where the nation's software, the cybersecurity of that software, the supply chain, it would just shut it down and be obsolete, which is something that no one is prepared for. So with that, a fun fact for you is that 80%, included in that plan of the government shutdown, 80% of cybersecurity and infrastructure security agency, so CISA, the workforce, would have been furloughed.
You know, we talk about cybersecurity risks in all aspects of industry, and we learn about how they happen, and very often it's human error that lets something into the system that wasn't supposed to be there. How do you anticipate that if bad actors do get in, will it be human error? Will it be being able to manipulate the system? I mean, how are they going to gain access, and how can they be stopped accordingly?
Sure. So I don't want to cite recent attacks, but we all know a major hotel chain where it was just a simple 15-minute call to the front desk. And that's how the perpetrators, the bad actors, got into the system.
Wow,
and did so much mayhem. So with that, we do believe that it is essential that you can spend millions of dollars on your enterprise systems and all this software, but if your staff does not know how to adequately use it and is not trained, something, malicious and bad actors can penetrate the system.
And you're not monitoring devices that are not supposed to be introduced into the network. Personal devices that people bring in that they don't understand could also be bringing in some kind of
I understand
virus.
that completely. Yep. And we have lots of blogs on our website, talks about juice jacking. So going to the airport, just easily just plugging in your VPN phone into one of those power electrical outlets.
Right.
They're in. So it's it's troublesome.
Yeah, and I imagine at truck stops, that can be a real issue.
Absolutely.
Okay, so how is NMFTA addressing it? Let's talk about in terms of cooperating with other organizations across aspects of supply chain internally. What are you folks doing in order to really address this issue?
Sure. So for 8 years now, our senior cybersecurity research engineer has been instrumental in conducting this heavy vehicle cybersecurity research, as I shared before. And we've been partnering with organizations such as CISA, FBI, TSA. So we really have, our ear to the ground whenever it comes to kind of talking with and collaborating with these government entities to ensure that not only our members and participants, but the supply chain at large is protected as best as they can be.
This is so valuable because you're talking about trying to address the problem before it occurs, as opposed to trying to catch up with what's already happened.
Absolutely.
Which is a losing battle because the cybersecurity or the cyber actors are going to come up with something else. You have to keep catching up. So this is great. Thank you so much, Marli. I really appreciate your talking to us about this critical issue. Thanks.
Sure. Yeah, and one more thing if I can add.
Please do.
NMFTAcyber.com. And that's where folks can find out about our Houston, Texas conference that's coming up later this month, October 22nd through the 25th.
And ongoing also in the future too.
And NMFTA.org for our cybersecurity research projects and our blogs that I had mentioned. So our cybersecurity team is there to help. And we always say it's not a matter of if, but when. Because we've seen it already. Today, I just saw on LinkedIn where another major LTL carrier was overtaken by these cyber criminals. So it will, shut down operations and stop moving trucks. So we have to be prepared.
Thanks again, Marli. I really appreciate your time.
Sure thing. Thanks for having me.
I've been speaking with Marli Hall of the National Motor Freight Traffic Association. Thank you very much for watching.